So there's some evidence leaked that Lauren London was actually getting smashed by the diddler, and the plan was for her to get married to Nipsey Hussle, take him out, so that way she can be set for life. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of this shit sounds so far-fetched. However, there was this lady named Jaguar Wright. She did an interview where she spoke on Lauren London and Nipsey Hussle situation, and she claimed that it was kind of suspicious how they got married as fast as they did. The reason why she brought that up, she was talking about Faith Evans and Biggie Smalls getting married after 10 days, and that even that itself was suspicious, and that the reason why they did it was to get close to these men, get rid of them, so that way they can be set for life.
Lauren London. Okay, so I'm not surprised that her name has entered the chat as far as potential witnesses. Her and Cassie were really, really good friends. What I did not know, I guess my ear just ain't that close to the streets, yeah. But what I did not know is that after Nipsey passed, that Diddy paid for.
It's been several years since we lost Nipsey Hussle, but even now, new details are surfacing and they're raising a lot of serious questions. Black Sam, Nipsey's brother, recently broke his silence, and now the spotlight is shifting towards two unexpected people, Diddy and Lauren London. People are starting to wonder if there was way more going on behind closed doors than anyone ever imagined. Let's rewind a bit. When Lauren London's name recently came up during Diddy's federal jury selection, people were confused. What did she have to do with this whole situation? It seemed out of nowhere until people remembered that Lauren used to be really close with both Diddy and Cassie. Yes, that Cassie. Even when the horrifying hotel footage leaked, showing Diddy physically assaulting Cassie, Lauren didn't speak up. She kept quiet, and for some folks, that silence spoke volumes. But that's just scratching the surface. Rumors have been swirling for years now that Diddy might have had something to do with Nipsey Hussle's death. As wild as it sounds, Lauren's name keeps popping up in that same conversation. Some people have been suspicious, wondering if she was used as a honeypot, a setup to get close to Nipsey, keep tabs on him, and possibly lead him into a trap. It sounds like something out of a movie. But these whispers have been circulating on social media and within the industry for a long time. Now, with her name tied to Diddy's federal case, those old rumors are catching a second wind, and it's not just strangers on the internet talking. There are whispers that Black Sam has started distancing himself from Lauren because of all these disturbing connections to Diddy. If you know anything about Sam, you know he's fiercely protective of Nipsey's legacy. He doesn't play when it comes to his brother's name, and he sure doesn't entertain anything that could tarnish it. So if he's keeping...
See, Lauren is the one that introduced Nip to Diddy. Diddy couldn't even get to Nip, even though he had ties in LA.
Space. There's likely a reason behind it. Let's look more closely at this jury situation. Some people were shocked when Lauren's name showed up, but others weren't surprised at all. According to them, Lauren was actually a lot more connected to Diddy's inner world than the public ever realized. It wasn't just about showing up at his parties or being in a few pictures. Some sources claim she was deeply involved in his operations, not just socially but behind the scenes in a real way. After Nipsey died in 2019, even more questions started to arise. Some people began connecting dots and asking, wasn't it Lauren who introduced Nipsey to Diddy? Then came the moment Diddy executive produced Nipsey's album Victory Lap. That raised even more eyebrows. Coincidence? Maybe, but considering all the moving pieces, people weren't so sure. Now here's the thing, when Diddy came on board to help with Victory Lap, the album was pretty much done. Nipsey himself even said it was already finished. He just went to Diddy for feedback, maybe a final opinion, but Diddy didn't just give notes. He told Nipsey there was still work to be done, almost like he wanted to rework it under his own influence. That felt off to a lot of fans, especially those who knew Lauren and Diddy had been tight for years. That situation made people pause and ask if there was more going on than what we saw. Some even believe this long-standing relationship between Diddy and Lauren might be why Black Sam started to pull away from her after Nipsey passed. And let's not forget what happened after Nipsey's death. Lauren wasn't the one put in charge of his estate. That responsibility fell to Sam. He became the legal guardian of everything Nipsey left behind: his money, his businesses, and ensuring that his kids were taken care of. According to court documents uncovered by Radar Online in January 2022, a judge even gave Sam extra time to sort out Nipsey's unfinished business. Then in November 2023, the court finally made a decision on how to split Nipsey's $11.3 million estate. It was divided equally between his two kids, Cross and Imani. Lauren, as Cross's mother, got control over his half, which included money from Nipsey's accounts and a 50% share in his business ventures, including the Marathon clothing brand. Sam received control of Imani's share and became her legal guardian after the court found her mother, Tanisha Foster, unfit to care for her. Then in March 2023, Sam made a heartfelt announcement: both kids were officially part owners of the Marathon store. He said this was something Nipsey always wanted. His dream was for his children to own something meaningful, something that could last. The store stood for everything he believed in: ownership, community, and building a legacy. But here's where things start to feel tense. Even though Sam has never publicly spoken negatively about Lauren, people close to him say they never really got along. And things reportedly got worse once Sam found out just how close.
And she lined up Nip, and I don't give no if today is her 40th birthday. You want to know who ain't having a birthday? Nip!
His inner circle. That leads people to ask the hard questions. Did she know about those infamous free cuff parties? Was she just keeping quiet? Did she look the other way? People really started talking after Nipsey's funeral. Lauren gave a touching tribute, but there was one detail that stood out. She said she wasn't even planning to speak until Diddy pulled her aside. He reportedly told her, "You showed everyone what it looks like to love a man, now show them what it looks like when it all falls apart." Some fans thought that sounded a little manipulative, even controlling, like Diddy was directing her in a performance rather than comforting her in grief. And now, with Diddy facing federal lawsuits and investigations, Lauren's name is being brought up again. Some people are absolutely convinced she knows more than she's admitting. They point to her years-long friendship with Diddy, the timing of her connection to Nipsey, and even that moment at the funeral. All of it feels too connected to ignore. One fan online pointed out how long Lauren and Diddy have known each other since 2002. That's over 2 decades of friendship. In an industry where alliances shift overnight, that's a big deal. Another person said they weren't even surprised because, in their words, Hollywood's full of setups. It's not the first time someone's been betrayed by people they trusted. So now the big question, is this just internet speculation gone wild? Or is there something much more dangerous hiding in plain sight? Could Lauren have played a part knowingly or unknowingly in something bigger than herself? Or is she simply being dragged into something she had nothing to do with? Why did her name show up during Diddy's court proceedings? And what exactly did Black Sam find out that made him take a step back? One thing is clear, this situation is way more layered than anyone thought. And as more information comes out, it's starting to look like the truth has been buried under years of silence, secrets, and shady relationships. Whether it's just gossip or something more, only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, people are watching, questioning, and connecting the dots, and they won't stop until they get the full story.